So what if there was no regular season to determine your team's spot in the playoffs? What if the playoffs was randomly selected? So that's what we're going to be testing out in today's video. Welcome to the randomizer bracket challenge. Basically, we're using the random team feature down at the bottom. It says LT random team. And we're going to randomize all 6 teams of the AFC and NFC, 12 teams in total. And we're going to go through 1 and 1, 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and how's this on and on and on, you know. So how this is going to work is the left is the AFC, the wayside, and the right is the NFC. So if I click the number team, we're going to say, well, even though that's not an AFC team, we're going to say that's the number 1 team of the AFC. Then we go to the NFC side and we do it again. That's the number 1 team of the NFC, which makes no sense because it's flipped. But hope that's an example. And this video should be going up on Thanksgiving, so I hope you're having a good Thanksgiving, just enjoying the time you got. And without further ado, let's go and jump right into this, starting with the number 1 seed of the AFC. And obviously, if it lands on an NFC team, we re-roll. And it's going to be, obviously, we got to re-roll. The number 1 team of the AFC is going to be, re-roll. And the Indianapolis Colts, which actually would kind of make sense if they still had Andrew Luck. Okay, let's go over to the NFC side. The number 1 NFC team is going to be impossible. Let's try that again. Impossible. One more time. Oh, the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so here's our number 1 teams. Let me go and write that down real quick. Okay, so our number 1 seeds are the Colts for the AFC and the Cardinals for the NFC. Interesting choice for the 1 seeds. But I'm moving on to the 2 seeds. So these are the final buys. So these 2 teams right here, just keep in mind, the Colts and the Cardinals, they have home field advantage the entire playoffs. And oh my goodness, there goes my voice. So we're the number 2 seed who also has home field advantage, but not against number 1. For the AFC, the number 2 seed is going to be the Oakland Raiders. And I don't know why it says they have Antonio Brown. Okay, so moving on to the number 2 seed of the NFC. The Raiders just got the number 2 seed of the AFC. Now onto the NFC. The number 2, the last bye for the NFC is going to be impossible. Let's try that one more time. Nope, we already got that team. The number 2 NFC team is going to be, you already got one. Alright, let's go. Nope. Oh my goodness. There we go. Dallas Cowboys. The last team I think any of us wanted in NFC. The Cowboys got a bye, which could be deadly. Depends on what teams else get picked in the NFC. Now it's moving on to the, I guess it's 3 a wild card. I'm not too sure about that. Moving on to 3. 3 for the AFC is going to be, already got picked. Or nope, NFC. Nope, NFC. The Denver Broncos. The AFC is looking complete wacky right now. Moving on to the NFC. Number 3 seed is going to be the New York Giants. Moving on to the 4th seed of the AFC. Impossible. Nope. Nope. Houston Texans. That actually makes sense. Kind of. Okay. So let's move on to the 4th seed of the NFC. Already got picked? Dang. Nope. The Buccaneers. These are the weirdest choices ever. Alright, for the 5 and 6 wild cards for the AFC and NFC. 5 is going to be, for the AFC, the Kansas City Chiefs. Interesting call. Moving on to the NFC, the number 5 seed is going to be, nope. 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 The Eagles. So that's 3 NFC East teams. Is that even possible for play? Actually, I think it is possible. They just both can't get buys. Alright, so for the final seed, the final 2 teams to make the playoffs, the final AFC team, the number 6 seed is going to be the Miami Dolphins. I don't know how they found a way to win out, and apparently everybody else sucked it up. So the Dolphins find their way into the playoffs at 6 seed. For the NFC is going to be the last team to make it. Impossible. The Green Bay Packers, my team. I'm supporting them. Alright, so we have our playoffs. AFC, NFC. Let me go and run it down real quick. Hope that I got it put up on the screen right now. Starting with the AFC, we have the Colts and Raiders bye, and the Cardinals and Cowboys that bye in the NFC. Then we have the, I think it's 3 versus 6, so Broncos at Dolphins, I'm pretty sure. No, Dolphins at Broncos. Then the Chiefs at Texans. Then we have Packers at Giants, familiar situation from last video. And then Eagles at Buccaneers. So this is our playoffs. So I'm going to go and make this bracket, and we're going to jump right into these games. Alright, here we go. The first wildcard game, the AFC. We have the number 5 Chiefs at the number 4 Texans, and the Texans are down at the house. Oh, they get a good return. Oh, he might go. Oh my. He literally just broke out of all of that. And it is a Texans lead. I can't believe that happened. I thought we were going to see like a drive, and I did not think they would win this game. And just like that, he returns one to the house about 100 yards. Throws a pick right to the dude, Patrick Mahomes. Just threw a pick 6. And what a change of events from the Texans being down by 4 with 50 seconds left to the Texans winning by 2 scores. In less than 30 seconds, Patrick Mahomes doing something Patrick Mahomes would not do in real life. And I think it's safe to say that's a game. And they can call it timeout. And that's game. The Texans win 38-28. Phew. And welcome to probably one of the worst Super Bowl. It's one of the worst playoff games you're ever going to see in your life. Complete slugfest between two of the worst teams. Hey, you got a touchdown. 28-14. You still lost. Dolphins somehow scored 28 points with their excellent offense against the Denver Broncos at Mile High, which doesn't sound like a lot, but still it's the Dolphins. So really, my expectations are always going to be low against this team. So final score is most likely going to be 28-14, and the Dolphins going to get this ball, kneel the clock down, and yeah, Dolphins are moving on to play the number 1 seed. Scary times. Alright, we got a good game down in Raymond James Stadium. Time is ticking down to 1:20 right now. 38 apiece. Everybody has every timeout left on the board. The Buccaneers under the magnificent Jameis Winston are trying to get something done to move on to the next round of the playoffs. Jameis Winston. 3rd and 1. And what are you? Oh, he somehow got it. He got the juke. Is he gonna go the way? Get another. Oh, he jukes out of bounds. Oh, I did not think he was gonna get that. That last second juke to make both those Eagle players miss. Will it play it? Right. Oh, I didn't think he would get that angle. He got a block too. Gave him another 10 yards, and the Buccaneers are in business. We're going to run the ball straight up the middle and get like 8 yards of it, forcing the Eagles to call a timeout. They're playing for the field goal. And here comes the Buccaneers lining up for the last second field goal. They're going to let time tick down. There'll be about no seconds left on the clock actually when he kicks it. Kick is up. And it's good. Time expires. The Buccaneers are moving on. 41-38. Good ball movement by the Buccaneers. Good time management too. Eagles fall to the Buccaneers. What a game. So here we are in MetLife Stadium, and something about this Giants team is just actually really good. I mean, if you watched the last video, you can see where I'm getting this from. Here comes the Giants lining up around the 40. 3rd and 2, crucial play for both offense and defense. A few wide open receivers. Oh, he just missed throws. Eli Manning in the game. It's interesting. Daniel Jones ain't clutching up, I guess. Mostly the Giants offense stays out because they need this play. They're down by 4. Minute 30 left in the clock. They roll them. I thought they were going to run. Play action pass. Missed targets. So the Giants just forced a 3 and out. Getting the ball back. Punting away. It's a... Oh, that could be a bad punt. It could have gone out around the 30, the 40, or even the 50. I can't even tell, but the Giants with 1 timeout left in a minute. Eli Manning. That was a good slant route. Gets to the 50. There's a flag. This could be coming right back. Let's see what the flag call is. Face mask versus the defense. Go ahead and add another 15 yards. And they're on the 35. They can win this game. By Manning. Wide open. Saquon Barkley rushes into the 2-yard line. How about that? Shotgun formation. Saquon Barkley crossing route, touchdown. "13 seconds left. Giants take a 2-point lead." Looks like they're actually playing a man coverage, not playing a prevent. Airs the ball deep. And game over. The Giants get past the Packers in a crazy win. This Packers defense was really just struggling. Could have easily shut the game down, but really just kind of blew it. Alright, so that concludes the wild card. Now moving on to the divisional round. The matchups we have are the Dolphins at the Colts, the number 6 seed at number 1 seed. Then the number 4 Texans at the number 2 Raiders. So that's our AFC side of the playoffs. Going on to the NFC. How about this? Really weird matchups. The number 4 Buccaneers at the number 1 Cardinals. That's going to be a really interesting game. Who's going to win that one? No one knows. And then we have the number 3 Giants at the number 2 Cowboys. I like that matchup. So, moving on to the divisional. Let's go and jump right into this. Good takeaways. The Giants beating the Packers was crazy. And yeah, moving on. And the Dolphins are holding on in Lucas Oil. They have to go 80 yards with no timeouts. Ryan Fitzpatrick almost throws a pick. 45 seconds left, 2nd and 10. Do the Dolphins have a little bit of faith in them? I surely don't. I'm surely guessing that you guys don't either. 2nd and 10, 20-yard line. And caught! I gotta get up and snap this ball. Gotta run around the 50-yard line. That's a big win, but I'm really not surprised yet because if you guys watched last video, these teams seem to choke in this situation. They just let time tick down for whatever reason. And right now, they're letting all the time in the world tick down. 24 seconds left. 50 yards to go. I thought he was going to run. Fitzpatrick fumble. Picked up on the big man. What are you... He's running backwards? Did they blow it dead? What happened? 2nd and 23. I thought he was just running backwards. Fumble. And that's a game? What kind of ending was that? That was the most Dolphin ending I think I've ever seen. What a way to go down. Colts winning at 31-24. So the time's going to tick down. Deshaun Watson, the Texans, beating the Raiders 37-3. Complete shutdown at the number 2 seed's house, even though they really weren't number 2 seed. That's the point of a randomized bracket. So moving on to... And here's another playoff game, which I'm glad I'll never see in real life, hopefully. At least this year. Kyler Murray, 16-6. Kyler Murray, ooh, taking off. Slides. And that's a game. They're going to go and kneel the ball down. And the Cardinals winning 16-6 in a really old-fashioned game. Low-scoring defense and just complete horrible offense. They're moving on to the NFC Championship to play the winner of Cowboys and Giants. Meanwhile, my batteries are low. They call him the ice the kicker. 2 seconds left of the clock. Will it do anything? Most likely not. Actually, no, they didn't ice the kicker. The Cowboys just called a timeout. They iced their own kicker. Way to go, Jason Garrett. Okay, after icing themselves... Oh, now they get iced by the Giants. And the kick is... straight down the middle. The Dallas Cowboys, as time expires, win 30-27 over the Giants. And the Cowboys are moving on to face the Cardinals in the NFC Championship. Let's move on to the bracket results, and then we'll hit the NFC and AFC Championship, and then we'll go to the Super Bowl. Okay, so that concludes the divisional. Now moving on to the conference championship games. In the AFC Championship game, we have the Texans at the Colts. For the NFC Championship game, we have the Cowboys at the Cardinals. So, interesting matchups here. And yeah, nothing much else to say. Let's jump right into the AFC an NFC championship. Alright, so the Texans are leading the Colts at Lucas Oil, and I just noticed this, that Andrew Luck is still on the roster for whatever reason. There he is right there, with the stats up on the top. Yeah, we already know who won this game. Texans are moving on to the Super Bowl. Texans are crowned the AFC champions. Moving on to the Super Bowl to play the winner of the Cardinals and Cowboys. Well, the Cardinals could not hold on the entire time. The Cowboys take the win in victory formation 35-27. They will let time tick, and the Cowboys are the NFC champions. Moving on to face the Texans in the Super Bowl. The Battle of Texas. Upcoming. Okay, so the bracket is coming to a close with the final game, aka the Super Bowl, aka the Battle of Texas, between the AFC top runners, the Texans, and the NFC top runners, Cowboys. Obviously, this is the randomized bracket challenge, so obviously they aren't the actual, the top runners, but of this randomized bracket. So here we go. Battle of Texas, Texans, Cowboys, Super Bowl 54. This wasn't the ending we all wanted to see, but let's just say it's the ending we got. Texans down by 15 with the ball with 25 seconds left, no timeouts. Just going to throw a short route. Gets a couple of yards, actually, not really going to matter because they don't have enough time to get up and spike this ball or run another play. I think they're just going to let this one tick down. And with that being said, if I'm correct, they're going to let this one tick down. The Dallas Cowboys are your randomized bracket Super Bowl champions. Here comes the celebration. Who would have thought you'd see Jason Garrett celebrating a Super Bowl? Only in a video game. Somehow the Cowboys were able to win it. And yeah, I knew the Cowboys would be a threat from the start because, let's be real, the NFC, other than the Packers, who for whatever reason are scared of the Giants, was the only threat to the Cowboys. The other teams in make it, like the Cardinals, Buccaneers, Giants, really were not teams that could face against the Cowboys. So the Cowboys say got it easy. Texans did go on a really hard path playing the Chiefs and the Colts and teams like that. So final results, the Cowboys win the randomized bracket. Thankfully, this is just a randomized bracket, not a real thing. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you're having a good Thanksgiving.